Warning. Some viewers may find the following stream rabbit hole-y. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is going on today? That is not what the screen said, Mr. Freeman. Does he need to be taught to read properly? Last stream he read it out twice, two different things. This stream, I don't know, he's just going off script. What can I tell you? Let's have a look. Blah, blah, blee, blah, blue, blah. Let's enable that one and then disable that one. Okay, hopefully it'll work next time. How are we doing? How are we, everybody? It's been a crazy day. I wasn't sure if I'll be streaming today or not. I was that close, actually, probably that close to calling it off today and saying, nope, I'll just come back and do my Wednesday stream. So I don't really know where else I can post my schedule. I post it on Discord that most people don't see. Usually at the end of the stream, I'll try and say which day I'm back next. But I don't really know beyond that how I'm going to let people know. This week was a planned reschedule, at least for Monday to today, because of medical appointments. And there may be other changes. Go away, horsefly. Maybe other changes later in the week. But I have a lot of free time right now, so I still see you go live. Yay, Captain Krabs. I mean, yay that you have a lot of free time, but boo the reason why you have a lot of free time. I hope the job hunting's going okay. Hope you're doing all right. Always good to see you. One Lion, welcome on in. I guess we shouted you out, and I'm dragging you out of the shadows because I saw that you had actually voted in the prediction. So without further ado, because nobody likes to do, we should probably close out the prediction, right? So what is it today? What are the options? What do we have? We have Care Bears. Is it a Care Bears shirt? It could be, because it's black. How you doing, Woman Lion? Good to see you. It is a black shirt, so it could well be Care Bears. Also, my Kirby shirt is also black. Now, I have other shirts that aren't Kirby or Care Bears that are also black, so really, it could go either way. But anyway, I'm going to put you out your misery now, and here we go. This is today's shirt. It is, in fact, My Neighbor Totoro. Huzzah! With a black lead across it. Let's fix that. So the correct answer today, I'm sorry to say for those that didn't guess it, was in fact something else. So there we go. It does mean something else. You're right, Belin. I'll tell you what, this fly, Belin, you know about bugs. I think that means JD has arrived. How you doing, JD? Welcome on in. Good to see you. Makes a peep to confirm. What, like a little yellow marshmallow animal? Is that a peep? Haha! You're still getting peeps out of me because that one failed, but nice try, JD. Okay, so yes, it does fall under something else. The points have been assigned, mostly, if not totally, to Berlint of Science Streams who guessed correctly today. Yeah, I was getting up this morning. I thought, do you know what? I think maybe once, if not twice, I've worn my Totoro shirt. So let's throw it on for today. It's a combination. It had to be because I had to go to a medical appointment. It had to be something that was a little bit kind of professional, not too rednecky. And I thought, Ghibli's usually pretty classy, so I'll go for that. Where did you get that shirt? I actually got it from a animal supporting charity shop in Austin. Yeah, I haven't seen them anywhere else. I don't think I've ever seen any Studio Ghibli shirts anywhere else. In all the Goodwills and thrift stores that I go in, I'm
going to speak a bit higher now, because JD's trying to squash me. He's squashing my vocal cords. JD!
Thank you. Austin has all the weird, cool stuff. Yes, that's why they're saying is keep Austin weird. I don't know. I try not to go into the centre of Austin very often, just because it's crazy town. And I don't mean crazy town as in weird, because there's definitely a diversity of people there, as I'm sure is the case with any major city. But no, the traffic's just ridiculous. Traffic has gotten bad from what I hear. Yeah. So I just try to avoid it. I'd sooner go to like the premium outlets in Round Rock, which is kind of North Austin, out of the centre. Cedar Park, Pflugerville, anywhere in the kind of top section. That means I don't have to drive down into the middle of Austin itself. So yeah, there's a big fly that's flying around, and I was going to ask Berlin if flies have throats, because I'm about to punch the fly in his throat if I see him again. He's getting very annoying. I did try and get him with the fly swat earlier, and then he kind of bounced off the counter and then carried on flying. So favourite restaurant was downtown Austin, named Frank. Oh, that's cute that you give your restaurants names, Captain Krabs. Is it like you go to a Burger King and you call it Bob, you go to a McDonald's and you call it Gerald? I mean, I don't know. That's cute though. Define a throat. Something I can wind up and punch the fly in. I've said before, if anybody says, "Oh, have you met Big Gamey? He wouldn't harm a fly," that would be a lie, because I hate flies and I would absolutely harm a fly. It was a hot dog restaurant. Makes sense. Beans and Franks. You can punch anything on a fly. That's true, yeah. But the saying is, I want to punch them in the throat. I just thought, never mind. Anyway. Like a tube from mouth to gut. See, don't you get all sciencey on me now? Don't get sciencey on me. Just yes or no. I don't understand complicated answers. You know who I'd never punch? Bitly. Aww. How you doing anyway, Berlin? Hope you're having a good day. I hope it's not too ridiculous with the loveliness that is your 9-to-5 job. Yeah, like I say, crazy day today, running around. Wasn't sure if I would be back in time to stream, and I do need to pick Mrs. Gamey up from work in 2.5 hours. So we don't have a big window, but we have a window, and I wanted to give you something to look through to see me and to watch this stream. So this is the window I'm giving you today. Exceptionally mediocre. I told you, comments on this stream link can be DM'd. They don't have to be put in chat, but thank you for the feedback. I take it all as constructive. Okay, so we've done the prediction. We've closed that out. I want to mainly look at the game jam today. So Zombie Takedown, for those of you that were here when we started the project on the previous stream, Zombie Takedown is my entry for Show Browser. For the Holistic 3D Game Jam. And here it is. There are 42 people that have joined. No entries yet because it's still early days. Just over 10 days left. It was for 2 weeks. And the theme is Unexpected Mashup. Unexpected Mashup. So, what are we mashing up in this game? Well, I decided I quite like zombie games, and I quite like racing games, and so I mashed those two up. So we have a 3D endless runner driving game where you don't actually run, or you might do, but not initially. You drive a car, and if you think of a game called Road Blasters that has a gun on it and you can shoot things, we're going to use the gun on the car to shoot the zombies. Not Canu Dead 2, no. I put that title to the focus groups for the Jambalin, and they said no, they didn't understand it. So, yeah, we're going to have a zombie takedown. So I think when I left you last time, we'd actually got the car in the scene. I think we had the car that we could move, possibly, left and right, I'm thinking. I had Outrun on floppy. I think you get a cream for that, JD. One of the games I'm still trying to get for my PS2 is Outrun 2006. Very rare, very expensive when you can find it. I'm not spending silly money on it, but I am keeping my eyes open because Outrun was one of my favourite arcade games. That's very sensual and violent. I mean, have you seen JD's alt account? It's JD Does Sensual and Violent. That's the full name. More like Can Undead 2. Exactly, yes. See? JD knows the zombie lore. So, yeah, this game here, Road Blasters. Look. Shoot, shoot, shoot. And then you get ads. So anyway, where am I at with my game? I thought about using a pool, and then I put the pool in, and I didn't like the pool. It was dirty with flies in it, so I got rid of the pool. So we're not doing pool anymore. So bye-bye pool. This was me looking up zombie assets that I have. Okay, and then where we're at so far, and I've been working on it a little bit off stream. And JD, are you supposed to be around? I thought you were disappearing. Or is it tomorrow that you take off? Hey, it's my favourite shark. How are you doing, Shark Geek? Welcome on in. What's Tunesday? Did I not change the... I don't think I changed the title, did I? So what I have is I have a thing that automatically sets the title based on the day of the week. And what I was supposed to do is disable everything that is setting the title related for a couple of weeks, because I wanted to manually set the title to reflect what we're working on, which is the game jam. So let me go ahead and jump into the creator dashboard real quick. Yeah, title's Tuesday. I mean, it is Tuesday, and you know, Tunesday, we're playing tunes, so there is that. Anyway, let's update this. Unity Game Dev. It's time to jam with Zombie Takedown. I mean, the title kind of still fits. We are playing tunes, and it is Tuesday, so there is that. That dance clip you took last night is more awkward without music. So I took a clip of JD's stream last night, and he suddenly decided he was going to do a dance, which I don't know if he's been watching the new season of Wednesday or he watched the old one to catch up, but it's a bit kind of like this. And yeah, I clipped it. So if you have the link to the clip and you haven't deleted it already, JD, then feel free to chuck it in the chat. I was dancing to... yeah. That's all the more reason I thought it would be funny to clip it and have you dancing to it. But yeah, no music. That sounds like something Valint used to do. He used to create clips of my stream with knowing there would be no music. All right, let's have a look at this clip. So the clip is called Never Dance Like This. Okay, so public service announcement as well as a clip. So here we go. No, it's like he's trying to unblock the toilet or something. Plunge, plunge, plunge. I mean, no sound whatsoever on the clip, not even any talking, nothing. Completely silent clip where JD gives us a PSA of how not to dance. So thanks for that, JD. That's it's comical if nothing else. Not audible, but it is comical. All right, back to music. I wish I didn't stream so late at night for everyone. Yeah, that is... There's no magic rule. There's no answer about when's the best time of day to stream. Some people stream at the same time every day, and that kind of works for them. But it doesn't mean that if they streamed at a different time of day, they wouldn't get more viewers. There's obviously, you know, time zones and stuff, and not everybody being available. It's difficult, and also people's, you know, regular work. You know, people that have a 9-to-5 job and then they come home and it's the only time they can stream is in their evenings. Then, you know, a lot of people are restricted on when they can stream. Like today, prime example. Usually, or this week should I say, usually I would stream at 9:30 a.m. Central Time on a Monday, which was yesterday. But I had to do some IRL stuff and running around, so I moved the day to Tuesday. And then didn't realise I had another appointment I had to be at today. So, okay, I'll pin a message to chat and say I'm going to be a bit later than normal. And here we are. So, you know, you just can't predict sometimes when things are going to happen, when life's going to get in the way, and when you can actually stream. So, you know, I wish in some respects there was a set of rules that said, okay, if you stream at this time of day, you're going to get the most viewers. And I know there's analytics you can get from your creator dashboard, but, you know, if you stream for this many hours, if you stream on these particular days, and it was like a bunch of checkboxes that you can say, okay, here's the set of rules. I know exactly what I'm doing. This is what I'm going to do. And this will make me the most successful. And I put successful in air quotes because people have different measurements of success. For some, it's how many subscribers you get. Some, it's how many people are engaging when you go live. For other people, it's just, you know, having a stream where you don't have any technical issues. So I think a successful stream is different for different people. But yeah, there's no hard and fast rules. It's all it's a grey art. Is that the expression? Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any rhyme or reason sometimes. What happens at the time I can stream is when people in the EU are all sleeping. Yeah, so, you know, oh, I'm going to stream at this time because I'll get most of the US are able to watch. Oh yeah, but then most of Europe are going to be asleep. Well, let me do a stream when most of Europe are awake. Yeah, but then most of the US are asleep. It's challenging. It is very challenging. Personally, I wouldn't say that I don't care about any of that, but I don't really have any say too much in the matter because I have to organise my stream schedule around my IRL schedule. So, you know, I'll take Mrs. Gamey to work in the morning, drop her off at 9 a.m, get back here for 9:30. Perfect. I'll stream 9:30 till whenever, and then I go and pick her up at 5 p.m. So it kind of works around that. And then obviously medical appointments change things, other things that come up in life, other appointments that aren't medical. You know, there's a lot of hair under this hat, and every so often I have to go and get it cut. So even like haircuts, you know, have I been haircutted today? Somebody might have as their starting stream prediction. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that gets in the way. Like I say, it's not easy squeezy lemon peasy, as Berlin says. So you just have to kind of try different things, I guess, and see what works for you. I got a haircut just now. It's a doozy. Oh, wow. You better tell us when you're streaming next, Shark Geek, so we can see it. So what's going on with your setup, Shark Geek? I noticed you don't have the green screen anymore? Last time I saw you, was it just because your PC got bought? Is that why? Because I noticed that you didn't have a green screen. You were showing off your lovely abode. I fixed it all last week. All good now. Excellent. I shall try and catch the next stream to check it out. Why not get all of them cut? Maybe it was only one that grew long. Maybe it's just like, you know, kept tripping over it, and it's like this one hair. I mean, I feel like if you just had one hair that needed cutting on your head, you'd probably just do it yourself, wouldn't you? Can you imagine going to the hairdressers? Yeah, I need a haircut. Okay, sir, what would you like done today? Is it short back and sides? Is it a buzz cut? What would you like doing? Oh no, just this one stray hair here. If you could just like, oh yeah, like that. Thank you. All right, see you next time. Bye. No. It's not how it works, JD. Tomorrow I'm doing a shark dive video in character as Hank Hill. So I just went into Great Clips just now, showed them a picture of Hank. Oh, that is priceless. Does anybody in here know Hank Hill? Who? This guy. Oh, yeah, we know him. Yeah, that's what I want. I want a Hank. Give me a Hank. There you go. I'm looking forward to seeing that. And also, you know, it would be remiss of me to not do the Hank Hill jump scare that you have on your stream, Shark Geek. I might just have to come in and do that. All right, so this is Road Blasters. We're not going to have bends, as bends introduce all kinds of complications. Now there might be bends later, but we've got to remember this is for a jam game. We're trying not to rabbit hole too much. We're trying not to have a lot of feature creep, and you know, all we want to do really is get a game submitted, and a game that I'm personally proud of. You know, I don't just want to throw something together and be like, all right, well, I'll submit it anyway. I'd sooner not submit a game. Why is this music so quiet? I'd sooner not submit a game than submit something I wasn't pleased with. Oh yeah, we all had a good laugh at the shop. I bet you did. I bet it's not... Well, actually, probably more than you think. But I was going to say, I bet it's not very often that people walk in and go, can I have one of these? And I hold it up. Now, I get when Friends was in its heyday and Jennifer Aniston was having all the haircuts, people would go in and say, give me one of these. But I don't know. I feel like that happens that often these days. I could be wrong, of course. Ask any scuba guy. Adding bends greatly complicates things. Ah! See what you did there, Aggie? Nice. Yeah. Definitely don't want to get the bends. So yeah, we're just going to keep things on the straight and narrow. I've been watching a zombie thing on Netflix, and I've been getting some ideas. One of the ideas was, one of the platforms, because we've got to remember it's an endless runner. One of the platforms... Oh, who's got the hosses? Who's let the hosses out of the stable? Valent. Thank you so much. Yeah, one of the platforms I thought it would be cool is if it had a tunnel. And then when you go through the tunnel, there's like zombies climbing inside the tunnel or something. Yeah. So I've been getting some good ideas. We have 10 days left. So 4 days have already passed. 10 days is not a lot of time. But I think I'm making good progress. And as I said on the previous stream, I want it to be set at night. So there's going to be some headlights on the car. There's going to be some rear red lights on the car that light up. There's going to be some street lamps that cast light. And then other bits and pieces in the scene where there's light. You have to be very sneaky with the lighting to get it to look good. But that's all further, pun intended, down the road. So didn't get an alert, then realised my phone is on silent. Good to see you, Smikes. I'm sorry your phone was on silent. Also, secondly, it's not my normal stream day, although it was in this week's schedule because I knew I was going to have to switch it up. And thirdly, it's not my usual time. I was saying earlier, I was that close. No, that close. Reset. not streaming today because, yeah, usually I'm at a different time, I'm at a different day, and I need to fetch my better half from work in a couple of hours. So, yeah, Tuesday is not my regular day. Like I say, the schedule that I post on Discord, I did actually post I'd be on Tuesday this week instead of Monday. So it was a scheduled day as far as the schedule goes, the posted schedule, but it's not my normal day. So what I'll be doing soon is not necessary, however. Yeah, it is necessary. You're a streamer in the community. Why would we not shout you out? Why? Give me one good reason why we shouldn't shout you out. If you can give me one good reason and I get to decide if it's good, then we won't shout you out anymore. How about that? See? No good reason. Stalled cars. We might have stalled cars. I did look at an asset of an apocalyptic scene, and it had cars that were broken down and smashed up. But I'm wondering how much you're actually going to see, because it's going to be dark. The road's going to be whizzing past. I haven't decided on the story yet. The story I don't usually think of the story until the end, weirdly enough. So I don't know if it's going to be an apocalyptic scene or not, or it's just going to be a zombie outbreak in a particular town that you're trying to escape from. But yeah. With all due respect, hush. All right, so let me see if we can do this. So if you want to drop a follow on Smike, since he came in and said, you know, me, it's all about me, please publicize my stream, you know, we don't want to talk about Bit Gamey today, it should all be about me. If you go over to Smike's stream, drop a follow and get a sub, you too can have a twerking sloth. There we go. Lots of sloths. Not this time. In fact, I think that's the second time. I think JD used it earlier and got the same result. So I am not being blown off the screen today. So slothy, exactly. So, yeah. Drop Smike's a follow. Go ahead and drop him a sub. Unfortunately, you are too late to get the founder badge because there was only 10 of those, and somebody already got the 10th one. So yeah, you're going to be able to look as far as the founder badge goes. However, you can still drop a sub. Okay. All right. As long as we've got that cleared up. Now, is it okay for me to carry on and do stuff about my stream now, Smikes, or do you still want me to keep talking about your... All right, we'll carry on talking about Smikes. So, Smikes is one of the newest affiliates on Twitch, and does a lot of development, JavaScript development when I was last there. So if you have any questions about JavaScript or development in general, or is actually working at the moment on adding new things, whether it's redemptions or commands, all the fun stuff when you become an affiliate, to his stream. So if you have any questions, he might be able to assist you, point you in the right direction. So, you know, if you want to get some kind of fancy pants redemption on your stream, then that might be the best person to speak to. JavaScript, don't hold it against me. What's that line? If I said you had a beautiful body, would you hold it? Something like that. Anyway, yes, we've got to say GG's to NanoDev. Almost forgot. NanoDev was the first one to chat in chat today. We don't have a first redeem here. We don't have something that you have to click on when it says, sorry, the stream has to be active before you can click on this. And then when you click on it, it's like, sorry, out of stock. Somebody called Lara Gale got it about 2 hours before you did. But we don't have that here. We just have the system, the mechanics, the stuff in place to detect who actually literally chats first in stream. after the stream is live. And then it says, hey, this person was first. So don't have to mess around with first redemption shenanigantry. Okay, so I can hear in my ear people are saying, shut up, just show us the game. We're just here for the game dev. Stop showing us 80s retro arcade games and show us where you're at with the jam game. Well, it's funny you should ask that, because hoist if you are a newsie. Exactly, yeah. Or do what I do and just go into somebody's stream, and if they have a first, sometimes they have a second and even a third, and they've already been taken, you just go in and just put /me redeemed and then fourth and just pretend like they have a one that got about. I actually did that once to a streamer and they went looking through their redemptions. They thought there was one that they didn't know about. Fun shenanigans. DC Aggie redeemed best. There we go. So if you were curious about who is the best Aggie in this stream, it is in fact DC Aggie because they used the redemption. Scully, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, we're just about to have a look how far I've got with the jam game in particular. JD's determined to get me to...
Okay, I guess you got me. Well done, JD. Good job. Thank you. Now we can go back to how we were. Thank you.
Okay. Alright, so... I know you all are determined for me just not to show you this game because I'm on a small time frame today. I have a tiny window about that big for me to show you this game, so...
Breaking news, the streamer is now in witless protection. Their name has been completely changed and their identity hidden for their own protection.
Hello, my name is Skit Quamey, apparently. It's not my real name. You might know me under a different moniker. However, I am in witless protection now, so just a heads up. That's why you can't see me, and my voice has been disguised so that it sounds just a little bit different to normal. So, thank you for that redemption, JD. It is much appreciated. It looks like I'm up Skit Creek. That may be where my parents gave me the name from. I'm not sure why they thought I wouldn't be bullied enough at school with a name like Quamey, but yeah, apparently they thought, it's going to make me stronger if I have to go through life with the name of Skit. So here we are. Yeah. My word equals
dot max value plus. Okay. Alright. Okay. Fun redemptions. If you want to learn how to create fun redemptions on stream, get over to Smikes' stream, okay? And check out... JD, why would you break the calendar? It should be iOS. Get over to Smikes' stream, like we said. It is 25 minutes past 2. I mean, it updates every 5 minutes, so that is accurate. There we go. Back to me again. Now go to Berlin or here. Yeah, so as I was saying, if in fact you want to create some fun redemptions for your stream and you want the best advice on doing that and how to do it, especially if you use Firebot, then get yourself over to Smike's stream and yeah, you can ask all the questions you like. And sometimes you're very lucky and he likes you. You might get serenaded. Yeah, just saying. Suspense is killing you. What, for the game? I don't think we're going to see it today. I think I'm just going to keep saying we're going to see it.
I thought I told you to turn that thing off.
See, JD's determined.
And it's too loud.
It's just going to make me not even be able to tell you about it now. That's what I think about
A few moments later.
JD's stream. So yeah, there it is. All right, I just need to run and do something very quickly. I'm not going to go to BRB. I'm just going to mute the mic because we're on a time crunch. I will be right back. Bum-ba-bum, bum-ba-bum, bum-ba-bum. So you might recall one of the newest redemptions we had was for the burb cam. I haven't seen much in the way of burbs lately, but we do have something that keeps coming to the bird feeder at night in the wee small hours of the morning. Yeah, any prizes for guessing what it is? What might be coming to the bird feeder at like 2-3 a.m. Birds, that's what you people call ladies, right? I mean, it's a slang term in England. Yeah. I mean, I personally don't. Trash panda? No, it is not a trash panda. I'll give you a clue. It is in fact something that I need a live trap for. I'm going to try and catch it tonight. It's a live trap that we used in the attic when we had issues with squirrels. Not this time, no. We did use, when we bought the trap originally on Amazon, it was for squirrels, and we have used it for about 3 or 4 catch and release on squirrels. But no, this is different. Not a possum. No, not a child. Keep going. Okay, I think Scully has it. I think Scully has nailed it. Not a bear, no. It didn't need to be a slightly bigger trap if it was a bear. We do have cats around here, but they don't generally scale the corner post of my porch and eat birdseed. No bears here. No. Random slice of pizza that doesn't remember which neighborhood it belongs to. I don't think I would need a live trap to catch a slice of pizza, but it's an interesting idea. Thanks for the lurk, Sharky. Naughty cat, no, bear, no. So it's a rat. Yeah, it's a rat. Nobody likes rats. All right, time to pack and get on the road. Chicago to DC. All right, JD, have a safe trip. Watch out for those other crazy drivers on the roads. And I hope it all goes well. And you have an amazingly fun conference. I think you said it was for a conference, right? And the bird cam didn't catch it. In fact, the bird cam itself, the motion detecting camera that's built into the bird cam, did catch it. I mean, catch it as in filmed it, so that's how we know it's a rat. It can't literally catch it though. That was the next model up if you wanted it to actually capture live animals. Is it one of those cat-sized rats that we heard about in the UK? No, I saw that story as well on One Lion. That was a bit insane. No, this is a normal sized, in fact, maybe even undersized. It might be a baby, but it is quite a tiny rat that we saw on the video, and it's kind of like, oh, look, it's a possum. And then we saw it another couple of nights running, and it's like, that's not a possum, it's a rat. So I have a live cage at the ready. We're going to bait it tonight and put it on the porch, and then hopefully when I stream tomorrow I'll be able to give you an update and tell you if in fact we managed to catch it. And then if we do catch it, we need to go a couple of miles away to a wooded area and release it. So going to be at UMD for a conference. Okay. Watch out for Gestapo. What? I'm rethinking my travel plans, but I refuse to live in fear. I have no idea what that's about. Maybe I missed that news story. So anyway, the game. I know people are like, wait, there's a game? Yes, there is a game. Gary approves of this method. Okay, I was hoping Gary would. Because, there was talk originally of snap traps. Is that what they're called? They don't seem very humane, do they? And like, here's some food. Come on, look, here's some peanut butter and some cheese. Whack! Wait, what? Yeah, and I didn't want to go down that route. So yeah, we're gonna try. I mean, we might end up at that route, but I'm gonna use that as a last resort. So hopefully Gary will oblige, and or my Gary will oblige and just go into the trap. And then in the morning when we go out there, it'll be like, ah, ha, ha, there you are, got you. And then throw it in the back of the car and whisk him off to sunnier climes, shall we say. Everywhere's sunny in Texas. Ridiculous. They said it might rain today. 92.3 and cloudy. Said, oh yeah, 25% chance of rain from 3 p.m. Probably not. Probably not going to rain at all. Could be friends. They could be. I mean, maybe I could just like, I don't know. Does the postal service frown on you putting live rats into packages and just shipping them to Ireland? Probably would, right? Yeah. Gary sure does get around. I bet you it is the IJG's Gary. I mean, it might be. I can neither confirm nor deny. Snakes need food too. I mean, it's Texas. There are snakes. I'm surprised it hasn't been snapped up already. So, we'll see. Have you considered getting a coyote for the rat? Is this like the enormous turnip story? Where the cat pulls the dog, cow pulls cat, and before you know it, there's a whole stream of animals pulling each other's waists to try and get the enormous turnip out of the ground or something like that. Maybe your local zoo will take rats. I mean, I know I'm not really going to go shopping it around. I'm not going to be some kind of rat pimp that, oh, let's see who's going to give me the most money for it. I'm just going to get it. If I can catch it, I'm going to take it somewhere and release it. And hopefully that'll be an end to it. Maybe just put up a separate rat feeder so it leaves the bird feeder. You see, that was another idea that somebody else said when we were trying to get rid of squirrels. They're like, in fact, I think it was one lion said, well, why don't you just put up something specifically for the squirrels? Because then they'll eat all the squirrel stuff. Then they'll go across and eat the bird stuff. I don't think that, that they comply with rules enough. They're going to be like, oh, I was going to eat the bird seed over that corner, but now I see there's a squirrel feeder over this corner, so... And, I mean, I'm not an animal specialist, but I don't think that's how it works. I've been looking on Facebook Marketplace, actually, for a TV stand. A low-rise TV stand for the 73-inch monster that's sitting behind me. Not me, I wouldn't think it would be effective. It isn't against TOS. I have a strange feeling this might actually work. I mean, I'm sure somebody would get it, but I don't think it would be to have as a pet, would it, right? Probably be like DC Aggie's suggestion. Oh, well, snakes need to eat too. My dad has heavily reinforced bird feeders and a separate squirrel circus of feeders. Quite entertaining if you're into that sort of thing. Yeah. No, I think what I'm going to do for the squirrels is I'm just going to get the baffles that I talked about on another stream, where it's just like a cone. You attach one cone underneath the bird feeder so they can't get up, and then another cone on top so they can't come down. And yeah, I just need to make them though, because the post, as you'll have seen, when the burb cam gets redeemed.
Hey Big Gamey, thanks for checking out the birds and the bees.
You're welcome, Mr. Attenborough. Yeah, so I would put, because it's a square post that it's attached to, I would need to attach a baffle with a square hole in the center, and most of them have circular holes to go around poles, I guess. But Yeah. I haven't seen much activity today. I haven't seen birds, haven't seen bees, haven't seen anything. And I tell you, Mrs. Gamey thinks it's because we have one of those sonic devices out there that emits a high-pitched frequency. However, I have it on a routine. So until the sun goes down, it doesn't come on. And then when the sun comes up, it goes off again. So is that a ring cam or something? No, it's actually a webcam that I have just shoved in my window, points outside. So that's why it kind of looks a bit hazy, because I have window tint, like a film on my windows to keep the nasty sunshine away. So I think if I remove that, it would be a lot clearer. But no, it is just another webcam that it switches to. The problem with squirrel circuses is squirrel clowns. Those things are just too creepy. Well, you see, we love clowns on this stream, and nobody loves a horror clown more than Balint. Okay, so we use Pennywise the duck, and apparently completely miss Fool. So there we go. Wi-Fi cam, PoE, last USB cable. The last of those three options, yes. Yeah, it is the camera that I used to use as the main webcam for this stream for many years. Not that many, I haven't been streaming that many years, but yeah, so it's literally, there's a USB hub down here under the monitor, and it comes off of that, and then the cable goes up behind my main monitor and up to the window, which is kind of up there. I'm literally pointing at the webcam right now. So yeah, I have like here, just here is where the window is. So I can trick myself by sitting at my desk pretending like I've been outside and touched grass. Even more so now we have the burb cam. But yeah, I just sit here like some kind of boy in a bubble and go, oh look, be outside. Yeah. Edwino, my second favourite moon person. How you doing? Welcome on in. I've been a bit remiss on shout-outs today. Let's do one for the mighty nerd. Former NASA scientist, don't you know?
Obviously, I'm not alone in the house. You can come up. Hi.
I think that was a Darwin clip. If you want to see just how gosh darn cute a dog can be, you want to see Darwin on Nerdwino's stream. Now, I'm not going to give any more spoilers, but there are other animals that may or may not make an appearance when you watch Nerdwino, so get yourself over there, do the thing, drop him a follow, okay? And he will love you forevermore. Or something like that. Let's see, who else didn't we shout out today? I don't think we shouted anybody out today. I think Nerdwino might have been the first of the shout-outs.
What does it mean to me to be a woman in STEM?
There's Lana Lux.
I mean, again, these conversations come
Lana Lux, the
I think it's important
Unity game developer.
Celebrating women in STEM is not to create division, it's to support each other. Men and women have differences, everybody is different.
And if you want to watch these interviews, Balint actually has them on his YouTube channel.
It's not as common to see those people in a space.
If you want to see that whole interview, or the other women that he interviewed as his series, part of his series for women in STEM, then go and check Balint out on the YouTubes. Also in podcast form. See? Tell me you're a mod for Balint without telling me you're a mod for Balint. Podcast. Smikes knows where it's at. I mean, you know, Scully could have come in and said that. You know, she's a mod for Balint as well. She could have said it, but did she? No, she just let Smikes do all the work. I mean, I've heard the rumours, but you know, I don't realise it would be quite that obvious that you edit the podcast. See, this is Smikes that didn't want this whole stream to be about him, and now here we are. Yeah. So, should we take a look at this game, maybe? Yeah? I mean, not this game, because that's Road Blasters from 1987, but my game that I've been working on, allegedly. Show Unity. OMG, it's a jam game. What? Okay, so I'm going to mute it. There may or may not even be audio. So the way I have it at the moment is perfect. The ads are going to start while I'm talking about it. The way I have it is, it works like a normal endless runner in that the player doesn't really move forwards or backwards. The environment itself moves, and so we spawn the environment in front of the player, and then we destroy the environment when it goes out of the view of the camera. And then it uses an array here of all the different prefabs. Currently we just have 2. Scenery prefab 1, which is this one you see here, where it's just the road, and then scenery prefab 2, which does in fact have a tunnel. So, clever bit. I mean, I will take the moniker of clever if I finish this and submit it. Then I will take it, but not before, not a moment before. All right, so I have it so that it lerps. So it uses linear interpolation to give it its full name, and it smoothly moves between all 3 lanes. That's a manhole cover, which does nothing other than be cosmetic at the moment. So I'm going to hit play, and when I hit play, you're going to be like, yeah, it looks all right, but we can see the platforms appearing. I'm going to work on that, okay? I've already gone into lighting, and I've already enabled fog. So we need to make the decision whether fog appearing where the platforms will be generated is enough road to see something coming towards you like a zombie, whether you need to change lanes and shoot them, or whether we need to make longer platforms so that you can't see them generating in the distance or can't see them as easily, which will then give you more time to get in the right lane. I'm thinking this is probably far enough in the distance to see, because when something comes towards you, when you see how fast the road moves, I want it to be fast paced. I don't want it to be like, oh, change lanes, pew pew. I don't want it to be slow moving. So yeah. Brights make zombies glow more brightly, but move fog closer to you. I mean, there are going to be headlights, if that's what you mean by brights. And they will get lit up by the lights in the scene. I think if we move the fog, I mean, the fog's not working properly yet, but when we have the fog working, I think if I move it too close, I don't want something to just be, and something's there and you've got to change lanes real quick and shoot. But, you know, we can tweak it while we're playing it. So if we start playing it and it's too easy, if, you know, the zombies come on the screen and then we shoot them before they ever get anywhere near us, then we can have a rethink and we can tweak it at that stage. Steve, how are you? Welcome on in. Good to see you. Great stream the other day. I say the other day because it's been a bit of a blur lately, and I don't want to say, oh, great stream. Great stream. I think it was Sunday, wasn't it, when you had your coffee corner? I think it was Sunday. I'm not sure if you've streamed since then, so I don't want to go, hey, that was a great last stream you had, but it was today or yesterday, and then I just look a bit silly. So yeah, we had a good old chat. It was like me and Steve had gone down to Starbucks. We were just sitting there shooting the breeze across the table. So yeah, on a nice chill stream where, you know, we're talking about Smike's doing redemptions and things. Steve also does stuff with StreamerBot. So if Firebot is your thing, go and seek out Smike's. If StreamerBot is your thing, then go and seek out Steve. That's StreamerBot, not SteveBot. Okay, he doesn't have his own bot. Those are the chats I love. Yeah, I like those chats as well. I mean, you know, some days, some streams, maybe today, just chatting, and that's fine. I don't mind rabbit holing. I don't mind just chatting. Today's stream is shorter than normal because IRL getting in the way. Tomorrow, what's happening tomorrow? I have an appointment tomorrow. But I think tomorrow's appointment Oh, it's going to be... Yeah, we might have tomorrow moved as well. Might be around the same kind of time. Maybe 11:30, maybe noon. But I will post a message in chat. So if you come back tomorrow and you're like, hey, why hasn't he started streaming yet? Look at the top of the chat. And there will be a pin message if it's any different to the usual 9:30 a.m. Central Time. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, still got ads running. My power was out for 25 hours and internet was out for 27. Power outages seemed fun when I was a kid, but when you telework and pay for the melting food in the freezer, it seems less fun, especially in August heat with no AC. I feel your pain, Aggie. A few months ago, we had a similar situation, but by the time we'd run around and decided what we were going to do, by the time we'd driven across town and borrowed a generator from a friend who did still have power and bought it back, hooked up the leads and everything to it, and yeah, ding, the lights came on. It all came back. So we were lucky in that it wasn't down for that amount of time. But I agree. Yeah, it's fun when you're a kid, and also, you know, it's not too. So because that emote name has gas in the middle of it, that's what triggered that sound. Yeah, and it's not too bad if you have like UPSs like I do. So I've got a UPS hooked up to everything at the desk. So all the monitors, the PC, and then I also have another UPS in the bedroom where we have all the internet stuffs, all the internet hardware, which is also hooked up to another UPS. So if we get like a blip or if it's just out for 5 minutes, we can ride that wave and everything is fine. So yeah, that's how it works. If your lawn ever needs water, just ask me to wash my car. Yeah, we've been having a lot of issues with water and electric lately. And I'm pointing the finger squarely at you, Metronet. Metronet is laying fibre in the town, and say Metronet like it's the company itself, but it's not. Obviously, it's just the contractors that they hire. Have never been to a day of contractor school in their life, so they don't realise that, hang on a minute, if you just dig straight down and don't do any checking first, if there's any cables, wires, pipes already there, chances are you might go through something. And they do. And we've had like main water breaks where we've been on boil water notices and things because Metronet don't check before... Metronet contractors don't check before they start drilling down. So yeah, fun times. Oh, ironic, Scully. Wait, what was ironic? Oh, because we're talking about washing the car and then we had the gas thing, maybe, possibly. So anyway, this is how the game currently looks. We have a beaten up car, which is the style that I wanted, with some dirt on it. Company that tells you to check with them before you dig does not check with themselves before they dig. I mean, steer remote fired for gas. Yeah. They should check. There are places they could check, but apparently they have some kind of unwritten rule where they can just go where they want and do what they want, and their liability is very limited. I think that Greg Abbott just pretty much gave them free rein to do whatever they want, so they do. Normally it's the law. Yeah, but these contractors are a law unto themselves. Across town, outside my mother-in-law's house, they dug a big hole and did what they needed to do, and then just left it and just walked away. You know, there's young kids that are playing in the street that could, you know, fall down the hole, but that's okay. It's fine. They'll get back out of it. They'll be fine. Broken ankles, that's what hospitals are for. They'll be fine. Don't worry about it. You worry too much, is pretty much what I'm sure they say. Texas, where regulations are bad and bull notice are just a sign of freedom. Yes. Yeah. So, you know, law schmore. who really cares about the law? Apparently Metronet don't. And apparently they were bought recently or merged with T-Mobile. So, yeah. Yeah. And it was actually one of the two companies that I'd whittled it down to when I was going to switch providers. But they weren't ready. And I'm glad they weren't ready because now I've switched to Brightspeed. I find out that the same speed line with Metronet is $10 a month more expensive. So, why are you worrying about such little things instead of profits? Outrageous, right? Right? I mean, with the profits they're making, they're putting up massive billboards and lots of advertising saying, hey, switch to Metronet, we're the best. But yeah. Yeah, they're not. All right, hang on a moment. I have a message. Do 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 do. Okay, I have Firefighter Gamey messaging me saying, did I want something that's on special offer at the store? But no, I do not. Not on this particular occasion, in particular. And Comcast Xfinity is now owned by Sky. When did this happen? Oh, really? I didn't know that. Sky is massive. Capitalism. Yep. Yep. So, yeah, I'm sure they're going to make plenty of profits, but every time I see on Facebook, yes, I'm one of the 3 people that still use Facebook. When I see on Facebook that Metronet have a sponsored ad, and then I see all the people underneath it commenting about, yeah, there's no way I'm ever getting Metronet. They've caused disruption beyond belief in our town. You've not done themselves any favours. Yeah. I mean, I was hesitant about getting Brightspeed. I saw their sponsored ad on Facebook, and there were people saying, I called you a week ago and my internet is still down. When is somebody going to come out and look at this? And, you know, I'm not going to say that didn't have me a little sus about going with them. But my mind was put at ease when I spoke to the engineer when he showed up, and he said, Brightspeed actually have a lot of old infrastructure, and when that breaks, it's not so easy to fix. He said, because your town has new fibre laid everywhere, then you should be fine. Which you think, well, you know, he works for the company. What would he tell you? Well, he was a contractor. He didn't directly work for them. So, you know, most of what he said was true. So, yeah. Comcast is dropping email and be giving it to Yahoo. Yeah, Steve was discussing that on his stream. So, if you want to have a good discussion about much anything, really, you should drop Steve a follow. Did we do a shout out for Steve yet? I'm not sure we did. I was working through my shout outs and we rabbit holed, so. See, look, all the special effects.
Let me bring up the filters and I'll show you. So of course I have you know, chroma key going. I set up a color correction and I'm using a light blue. And I renamed this Retro Effects Hollow, and I'm using the filter scan.
See, so not only can you go there and see some great effects, but you can watch them work in progress. Or if you have any questions, I'm sure that Steve would be very transparent, pun intended, about telling you how they're created. So, yeah. Okay, so let me finish my shout-outs because I'm not sure I did. One line. Are we going to get the clip that I don't like if we do a shout-out for my fave lion? Let's have a look.
I have a goal.
No, this is not the clip we want.
And that
this is the clip.
Timer.
This is the clip where one lion.
Very important countdown timer to me. Because
says, even though he mutes his mic, look. I think he said, I am never going to stream again. I've analysed that clip far too many times, and I think that's the exact wording. It's almost like that's the only clip I has. I mean, Have you deleted the other clips? Have they aged out? Because we've had other clips on here before. So let's not pretend like that's the only clip you ever had. Okay? And if you deleted all your clips as a means to an end, and it being the end that you referred to in that clip, then I'm not going to be a happy bunny. So I didn't think we did a shout out for, which is amazing given that, you know, he wants this whole stream to be about him, is Spikes. But no clips. We have no clips for Smikes yet. We need to fix that. Okay. Somebody needs to clip Smikes doing something hilarious, comical, or embarrassing. Okay, next time he streams. So go drop him a follow, and then you can be responsible for creating those clips. Who else have we not shouted out? I think we spoke about Irish John Games, but I don't think we did a shout out. Irish Wristwatch. Here we go. Okay, so the Jern Jam is coming up in a month-ish. You can now vote. Oh, there's a clip from Jern Jam 3. You can now vote on the themes. If you go and hop on over to Irish John's Discord, or if you catch him when he's streaming tomorrow, there's probably going to be a link to the themes to vote on if you participate. I don't know if I'm participating or not yet, but I am participating currently in the Holistic 3D Game Jam, for which we can see the game here. I haven't pressed play yet because I still have some preamble. Is that the right word? Is that even a word? Yeah. So I was working on cameras. Okay, they're not working properly yet because that's the last thing I was working on before we streamed. What I want is, I want this third-person view from the main camera to be the active camera most of the time. However, when we go through a tunnel, I don't want to have to worry about clipping anything out and all that nonsense. So I'm going to move the camera down and into the car. So when we go through a tunnel, we disable the main camera and then we enable the in-car camera. Look, we have this view. So when we go through the tunnels, we'll actually be like we're driving the car, and then when it comes...
Thanks to our continuing subscriber, Irish
John Games. Oh, Irish John, we're just talking about you and the Jern Jam. 35 months. You know, that's nearly 36. That's nearly 3 years. Holy guacamole, thank you so much for your support, you Irish heartthrob. Yeah, speak of the devil is like the Irish Candyman. Say it 3 times and he shall appear. So, oh, thank you so much. Yeah, so these cameras, I'm the throbbiest. I mean, I'm only throbbiest on my alt account, you know that, Sharon, because you're my biggest supporter on that alt account. So
Get hyped for each Jimmy 93.
It's Jimmy B93, random subscriber shout out. Don't drop It's Jimmy a follow after you drop Irish John Games a follow if you're not already following. Only yeah. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, I need to work on the cameras working properly. At the moment, they don't.
Thank you so much, Wayliber, for the raid.
What? What is going on right now? Oh my goodness. Wallaber is in the house.
Look at this. Look at how many achievements I have. No wonder it's taking longer and longer to save.
Oh my goodness.
Do you think I earned the top speed achievement?
What in the world? I think you might have achieved the top speed achievement. I think you did. How are you doing, Wallaber? Welcome on in. Good to see you. Wallaber is the stuff that legends are created of. Okay, we already have some game dev legends in here. Now we have Wallaber, who, in fact, way back when Where's Your Water was a thing, he was the senior designer on that. He's been in games for a long time and has an amazing presence on the Steam store. And not Dust, the Steam store, also has presence with games like Very Very Valet. Oh, well, there we go. Thank you, Jaren. Or, you know, we could just do the Wallaber command as well. There we go. If you remember Where's My Water or Jellycar, you'll already be familiar with Wallaber's work. He released Pro Gymnast, Very Very Valet, Jellycar Worlds, and his latest release, Parking Garage Rally Circuit. Yes, there you go. So, so any of those links from the Jernster, who's going for mod of the day today. Yeah, but your command lacking. I mean, no. How about? Okay, all right, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So what Jern is saying is, unless my command takes up the whole of the chat window, it is not valid. So you make a good point. So Wallaber, what were you doing today? Good stream back from vacation. We made a tiny micro game today. It was fun. Now, is this a tiny micro game that's tied in with another game? Because I've been on a couple of your streams where I've been lurking, and I've seen that you've been creating micro games, but it seems like a sub game from another game, or am I just getting mixed up? Because I get easily confused these days. But anyway, thanks again for the raid. Welcome on in, everybody. Good to see you. My name is BitGamey, and I usually work in the Unity game engine on a game called Rescue Ball. But for a couple of weeks, we're going to be working on the Holistic 3D Game Jam, and we're working on this game called Zombie Takedown, which is fairly early on in its journey. Show browser. So this is the Holistic 3D Jam that I'm participating in. This is the link to the jam. 9 days and 23 hours left of the 2 weeks to create the game, and unexpected mashup is the theme. So we're mashing up a zombie shooter and also a racing game. So we're going to have a car that shoots zombies in a 3D endless runner style. Show Unity. So, you know, I've spent the last hour and 22 minutes trying to show the party people the game, but we haven't got to that stage yet. So, yeah, that's the thing. We have a new project at Toyful that's sort of like WarioWare. Every day there's a new playlist of micro games you can play in the browser. So, you know, this is a bit of a break from form for Wallaber. After raid and run, good luck with the jam. Thank you again for the raid. Really appreciate it. If you're not already following Wallaber, you're doing life wrong, I think is what they say. So drop him a follow, get on over to his stream, and you'll probably see games mentioned in the stream that you're like, wait, I didn't know you were responsible for this. Wait, he did that. I mean, Pro Gymnast, the Very Very Valet, the game dev legend, I'm telling you what. So get over there, and you know, you see games from Clayman, who is the other physics genius. Oliver is a physics genius too. He's probably forgotten more about physics and the ECS system than I could probably tell you. So yeah, do the thing. Okay, so this game for the jam, Zombie Takedown, because you know it's got zombies in and we're zooming in the car, so Zombie. I would recommend you not to Google the movie Zombies, which I did last stream, and is all about a virus that runs rampant in a safari park, and the animals become zombies. Yes, giraffes, koala bears, monkeys, they turn into zombies. So if that's your thing, check out the Zombies movie from 2016, I believe. One moment. So, I've just commented out the code that switches the camera, so I think we should be good to just do a quick demo of this, which is very simplistic at the moment, but it does show how 3D runners usually work. So I'm going to hit play. I'm going to pause the music because we should have a revving engine that the revs increase slightly when we change lanes. So we have no zombies yet, but we do have 2 prefabs. We have scenery prefab 1, which is this one with the road, and scenery prefab 2, which is the one with the tunnels. What I wanted to do also was when you go into a tunnel, I wanted it to sound like you're in a tunnel. So I learned about something called the reverb element, the audio reverb element that you can add, component that you can add in Unity, and you can change how something sounds. So that too is a work in progress, like a lot of things in jam games. But here we are. This is what we have so far. So we have random switching between scenery prefab 1. So there's the tunnel. You can hear the engine noise changes slightly and then changes back when we're outside the tunnel. We're in the tunnel, out the tunnel, in the tunnel, in another tunnel because it joined 2 tunnels together, out of the tunnel. So you get the idea, and then we can change lanes. There we go. And that's what we have so far. We need to mount a gun on the car. We need to make it so it can fire. We need to have zombies that we can fire at.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
135 days. How you doing, Bear? This is a later than normal on a different day to normal, so we'll be ending earlier than normal stream. So I wasn't sure if we'd be graced with your presence today, Bear. So happy Tuesday, as we can tell from the calendar widget. Welcome on in. Good to see you. So Bear might be one of the few people in here we haven't shouted out yet because he just arrived. So let's fix that.
I think you're doing great with you and your 6,000 healing.
So you can watch games being played, but you know, I'm just there really for the game dev and the fun redemptions. I have it on good authority that Ice Bear Bear may have been working on something new for the stream. Him and Chloe Bot, his bot. If you want to find out what it is, drop him a follow. Get yourself over there and do the thing. Meanwhile, we're just going to have one more quick play test of where we're at so far with the jam game. You know who else is working on a zombie game? Ice Bear Bear. But you know, his game actually has zombies. This one doesn't yet. Okay. So we can change lanes. We can spawn random platforms, and then as you can see here, platforms get destroyed. So this is the endless runner. We need to get some zombies in here. We need to get a gun mounted on the car. We need to be able to shoot the zombies. We're going to have zombies on the underside of the tunnels when we go through them. We need to change the lighting. We've got to make the lighting so it's nighttime. We've got to have headlights on the car. We've got to have those lights on the back of the car glow red, more so than they are now. We need street lights. We're going to have junctions that join the main road, possible matrix signs, roadworks, all the fun stuff. It's not going to be a traditional endless runner game, but this is how it is at the moment. So there we go. Back to the music. Did you say something, Moo? That sounds interesting. Wait, what? Jam Game is looking great, thank you. Zombies is such a great name too. Well, I know that Zombies, the movie we just talked about, is on your list, Ice Bear Bear, because you do like, how can I be diplomatic? Movies that many might shy away from, you tend to gravitate towards. Yeah, so So let me know what you think when you finally watch Zombies. Hey everyone, how you all doing? Anyone here know how to do Unity related stuff well? No, this is totally the wrong stream, Aaron. No. Currently trying to sync my player model's arm up and down rotation with the camera object. Sync my player model's arm up and down rotation with the camera object. I'm not sure I follow. I'll send you a full review of the movie. Thank you, I would appreciate that. Or give me a full review of the movie when you've watched it and I'm on your next stream. And then you can just tell me. Might be easier than having to write it all down. Trying to sync my player model's arm. Okay, so you have a player. They have an arm. Up and down rotation. How do you have up and down rotation? Up and down movement of the arm. Are you talking about when they do this and they turn their arm? Okay. With the camera object. Basically make the up and down rotation on the player arm parent object same as the camera's. I mean, I would say there's two ways of doing that. You can either use a parent-child situation with the camera, or if you have a script, you can have a script that mimics the rotation of the arm. If you add a script to the arm, and then when you rotate the arm, you can then have a reference to the main camera, and you can project the same rotation onto that. Be the two ways I would look at approaching it. But you know, that's just me. I'm just a hobbyist dev. I don't really know what I'm doing in Unity, so I'm probably not the best person to ask. Alrighty. So that's where we're at. That's how things are progressing at the moment. So I had pooling, which we decided not to do. The reason I wanted to do object pooling was because I don't really use pooling a lot because I don't really have the need for it in games that I use. And I thought, well, rather than keep instantiating platforms and then destroying them at the back, it might be more optimized to use pooling. But when I tried to use pooling, it didn't really work. And I thought, well, I could spend a lot of time trying to fix this and get it working, or I could just not bother with pooling, since, you know, there's not a lot that's going to be on the screen. I think if we did a test of pre-pooling and post-pooling, there wouldn't be a lot in the time savings, the optimization. So unless things get massive and pooling seems like the best option, I'm going without the pooling. So, by the way, have you heard of the Unity plugin Pernet? Really easy to set up multiplayer using that. I have not. Pernet. Do they have like a cat logo or something? Is it per as in cats? I think Scully had the same idea. Ice Ice Bear Bee. Yeah, I missed that. Sorry, Scully, I missed your remote pun. But I do approve. Yep, they do. No, but if you have a link to it, I'm guessing it's probably on the asset store, is it, Aaron? I'm always happy to look at new multiplayer options because multiplayer can be quite nightmarish. I think that's being nice about it. So we used to have UNet as the native solution in Unity, and then they just dropped it for no apparent reason and said, okay, on your own. So a lot of people moved to alternatives like Mirror and Fishnet, and then Unity said, you know, we left you high and dry without a native solution. Well, now we have this netcode for games. Yeah, you can use if you want. A lot of people were like, oh, really? Yeah, I'll start using that, shall I? And I'll get used to how to use it and learn how to use it. And then you just pull the rug on that one. How about that? So I think a lot of people were a little bit bitter, shall we say, how the multiplayer devs were treated. And now are just happy to stay with Mirror or Fishnet or whatever other option they had. But anybody that's used multiplayer before or tried to create a multiplayer game will tell you it ain't simple. It's not. easy. So anything that can be done to simplify that process, make it easier, if you will, imagine people will flock to. Pernet is incredibly easy to set up. I'm going to jump off. Have a great stream. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate you being here. I'll try and catch you next time. Tutorials are like minutes long. You mean as in like a low number of minutes because it's so easy? Harrier Cat, how are you doing? Welcome on in. Step on the gas, Scully. Step on the gas. Look, we're creating a car game. What? What is going on right now? Okay, I feel like this is probably a rabbit hole that we can save for Sandbox Saturday. Let's have a look. Are you anything to do with this, Aaron, other than being a fan and a cheerleader? Are you invested in any way with this? Did you help create it? Do you know the person that did create it? Because we do like transparency here. It looks like the original release was December. There's been a couple of releases since then. I'm working on a project using it. Okay, so you just found it by accident and you liked it and now you're singing its praises. It's fine. I'm good with that. I mean, word of mouth can sometimes be the best way to spread the news about good assets on the store. Alright, so we're probably going to rabbit hole on this on Saturday because I always like new things to talk about and look into. So let me go ahead and scroll up to my Sandbox Saturday list. And it's called Pernet. Alright, so I'll just have a quick look at the reviews now, just to familiarise myself. So 13 reviews. How old is it? 9 months it's been around. It's 13 reviews. Only one is 4 stars. That's pretty good. So that's my most recent. After some months of using Pernet, I can come here and gladly say it's by far the best and easier network solution out there. Easy setup, lots of tutorials and a great community willing to help you through the process to create your own ideas. For a moment I really thought it's Saturday today. Sorry, I didn't mean to confuse people there. It's part of the reason that we have a calendar widget in the bottom corner, which I know for a fact that at least one person in here uses so they can tell what day of the week it is. Yeah, it is definitely Tuesday today, which also might confuse some people because Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday are my usual stream days. It's only because of IRL stuff yesterday it got bumped to today, and it's only because of IRL stuff it got bumped to later in the day. So yeah, here we are. Near instant developer responses for questions or feedback, regular updates improving, fixing and adding features. Can't complain, to be honest. Good. Glad you can't complain because that draws me in. Look no further in regards to networking. Simply the best. Oh, it's from Tina Turner, this one. Makes all other networking assets wish they were as great as this one. Once you wrap your head around networking, which carries over from any networking solution, you'll quickly realize these guys just get it. Wouldn't recommend it enough. I mean, definitely, if these are not planted reviews, it definitely sounds good. Still shocked this asset is completely free. Everything just works and is very intuitive. So I wonder how they monetize it. I mean, Mira is also free. I think Fishnet is free too.
Hey, Ice Bear Bear, thanks for checking out the birds and the bees.
I'm not sure there's much around at the moment. Oh, there we go. There's somebody walking down the street. I don't know if you were lurking or not earlier, Bear, but I have a cage. I dragged a live pedestrian. I dragged a live cage that I bought year or two ago out of my shed. And tonight I have to catch something that's been frequenting the bird feeder overnight, most nights. Tutorials on YouTube are mostly by the developer. Okay. I had your stream up but was asleep. I mean, usually people put my stream up and then fall asleep to the content, but I appreciate that you being able to bring up my stream while you're asleep and stay asleep. That's some kind of special right there. So, GG's. Yeah, so we have a rat. I don't know where the rat is. Why did it switch back to Unity? Show browser. Yeah, we have a rat that keeps coming to the bird feeder every night. A bit creepy, really. I don't like rats. So we're going to try and live catch it tonight, and then tomorrow release it into the wild a few miles from my house and hope it doesn't find its way back. So more updates on rat news tomorrow, hopefully. I also need to look up what the best thing is to put in a cage to catch rats, because, you know, it's just going to be sitting on the porch. I don't want a cat to go in there and go, oh, this smells good, let me come in here. And then I'll go out in the morning and there's a cat in the cage. I think, given the size of the cage that we used for squirrels before, I think a cat might freak out if it got in there and it couldn't turn around and get out. And yeah. It's difficult to know what to do for the best, isn't it? Because it's like, people say, oh, just put rat poison down. Well, that's great. It's not going to do much for the cats and the deer that we have in the neighbourhood, is it? Go out in the morning and there's like all these animals slumped over my front garden. That's not a good look. Okay, so we read that one. I'm still shocked this has completely free. Yep, so I don't know how they monetize. Support from the Discord server is quick and helpful. That's good. They've got a responsive Discord server. I would have stayed up if I woke up and you were live. I opened the tab before going to sleep. Ah, yeah, you see? See? Doesn't just have a great voice, but nice bear. That's some intelligence right there. A great networking framework. How else could I describe it? The fact that the tutorials are so easy to follow through. Almost each important page has a YouTube video associated with it, and the Discord is super active. Are you on the Discord, Aaron? Can you vouch for how active the Discord server is? Sometimes Discord servers can be a bit quiet, so yeah, I'm there. All right, nice. Best for networking, incredible. So where's the 1 4-star review? Did they even put any verbiage to it? Or here we go, 4-star review, the only one. A great networking tool for beginers. It is still a very new framework. So far, I have been having a blast exploring and learning it. Quite robust so far and easy to set up. I mean, why do you not give the 5th star? Why not just, I don't know. Why do 4?
This place is great, you know? It's whimsical and fun.
I mean, I'm glad you think it's whimsical and fun, Bear, and thank you for those blurb biddies. Dr. E is in the house. How you doing, Dr. E? Good to see you. I'm going to do a quick shout out for the newest doctor on the platform while I continue looking at these reviews. But if you like a mathematician who likes trivia and Nintendo, and that's not a combination you see a lot,
You might say septillions.
then drop Dr. E a follow.
Depending on if you choose Greek or Latin roots. And then finally, if we were going to get to your octillions, we'd have this next thing, right? Octillions.
Dr. E is in the house! Exactly. Yeah.
The nonillions. Exactly. So you'd keep going, right?
Smelly? Where's the smelly, Smikes? Not the smelly smell. Not so often that I see people point a camera on a chalkboard, then stream it, right? I mean, most people do whiteboards these days, but Dr. E likes to keep it old school. And I don't think there's quite anything as pleasing as the feel of chalk on a chalkboard. You just don't get the same thing on a whiteboard with squeaky pens, do you? That is a lot of math, and if you like a lot of math and you want to see even more math, drop Dr. E a follow. Alright, so these are the kind of reviews I like to see. I've been using Unity for over 15 years, tried multiple different networking solutions, nothing beats it. See, somebody that has tested other systems and is claiming this one is the best. That's what I'm interested in. And that's why when Aaron came in, I asked him if he's likes it just because he's using it or if he's anything to do with it. Because, you know, if it just turns into a marketing thing, oh yeah, my friend created it, that doesn't carry so much weight. But the fact that Aaron's using it in a project and other people are saying it's great. On the rare occasion that I had a minor issue, the team made updates within the same day and sent me a link to try a new branch out for testing. I mean, it seems pretty great. Nope, I tried other frameworks before and the docs for those were long and confusing. Yeah, I think, you know, it's bad enough if you know what you're doing when it comes to multiplayer, but if you're new to multiplayer and think, hey, I've got this great idea for a multiplayer game, let me try and use multiplayer, and then you just get sprawling docs. Igni, get down. What's unique? You know, I think the uniqueness might come from the ease of use and the fact that there's not sprawling documents to get it working. Beyond that, you'll have to tune in on Saturday when we have Sandbox Saturday and we do the deep dive on it. And also we will live translate this review here, which I don't understand without translating it. Ease of use, you're talking about multiplayer programming. Exactly. Now, if I was talking about, hey, a character controller that rotates on the spot, then ease of use wouldn't be a thing because they're easy anyway. But something as detailed, complicated, and multi-layered as multiplayer, if someone can turn around and make that easier to use, that gets my money. It's free, but you know, you get the gist. The logo is pretty unique and cute. Yeah, low poly cat. Perfect networking. I feel like they're going to use the per thing to death in the documents, as they should. Let's send you the tutorial playlist on YouTube. No, that's okay. We will figure it out. I don't want to go, you know what, this was so easy. It was even so easy to find the playlist on YouTube because, you know, someone sent it to me. But I'm assuming these videos here are part of the playlist anyway, so we'll be able to dig into that on Saturday. And maybe another Sandbox Saturday stream could be trying to create my first ever multiplayer game from scratch. And I say my first ever, meaning, you know, a multiplayer game that gets finished, because I've tried Mirror before. I used Mirror on a jam game once and it was just too complicated, and I didn't finish the jam game, not surprisingly. So one of them are from the playlist. Meow. It's easier if your scene has one camera. Alright, well, on Saturday we will take a deep dive into this, take a look at it. We may or may not create a test project, but it's definitely going to be on my radar. Because I have a couple of like really simple multiplayer games which I think would be fun. Obviously, you know, you need to create a multiplayer game to make the most of it. Involves a bit of programming if you want to make an object client only, like first-person camera between players, where each has his own. Yeah, so the multiplayer game that I was creating for the jam that I was trying to use Mirror for actually had a cemetery, and it had two identical players, which were free 3D models I got from the asset store with backpacks on, walking around and doing things. And I kind of sort of got it working, but it was like horrible. Not the game was horrible. Trying to get multiplayer working was horrible. So if this can do anything whatsoever to simplify the process, and even has a cute kitty logo in, you know, as part of that, then I'm all in. Our attempt at the perfect network solution. Need a dedicated authoritative server. We've got you covered. Prefer a simply shared authority setup. We're in control. Yeah. So, more to come on Pernet on Saturday when we have Sandbox Saturday. Thanks for the heads up, Aaron. Appreciate it. I am a simple man. You do have to self-host a server though. Okay. I mean, that's not the end of the world. The most difficult part of it is hosting your own server, and I'm fine with that. That's not the part I have issues with. Alrighty, show Unity. Okay, so the game. This is the game as we have it at the moment. We have some engine revving, we have some lerping to change the rev sound when you change lanes. We have an audio reverb, so when you go through tunnels, the audio sounds different. What else do we have? We have it locked down to 3 lanes. The car lerps between the lanes when it moves. It does actually move the tyres, but I might just take that out, not least because you can't really see it. Yeah, if we hit play. So we need to get some music into it. We need to do some work on more audio. We need to mount a gun on the car we can shoot the zombies with, and then we need to put zombies into the levels or into the game. We need to make sure that we can't see the platforms that are being added on. They need to be either behind fog or further away that you can't see them so easily. Thank you for that reminder, Balint. Okay, so a couple of ideas I had while I was driving, because, you know, when else are you going to get inspiration for games that you're working on? I went through some construction, some roadworks, and I saw a matrix sign. So I thought, well, maybe we can get a matrix sign in here. I don't know if I have a matrix sign in any of what we've imported already. I know we have some props. Nothing in there. Under models, maybe. Props. Graphic Essentials Asset Pack. Have any matrix signs? Probably not. I feel like you could do a really good asset with just matrix signs in. Or I lose. How do you lose? By blowing me off the screen and it literally saying you win. How do you lose that? You can get a little Mario Kart. Look, you missed him. You whizzed along the top because it hurt you. I mean, not literally. I'm sure there might be some streams on other platforms where you can actually hurt the streamer, but this is not one of those, so it's okay. Dry your eyes, my friend. It's okay. Didn't actually hurt me. And speaking of friends, Freshy's in the house. How you doing, Freshy? Do you have any new clothes on order that you want to tell us about? A new shirt, maybe? Possibly? Just asking for a friend. Hope your Tuesday is going well. We're actually on a shorter stream schedule today because I was later starting because of IRL stuff, and I have to finish in about an hour to fetch Mrs. Gamey from work. So if you're thinking, oh, I bet he's going to run for a lot more hours, I'm going to get bored, I'm just going to tab him up and go and do something else. Not true. Not true.
I'm not trying to say that. The whole bloody ship is.
It's the wild colour scheme that freaks me. I mean, when you try and operate one of these weird
Black on a black background. Yeah, I thought they were.
What is this? Some kind of intergalactic hyper...
It is in fact a Tubby Crumbles. How you doing, Chris? Welcome in. I'm good, thank you. Nothing yet. I've got a paid job in Excel as well. What? Was the D&D one paid? We had the map generator. Remember you saying I think you were doing it for a friend. I don't know if that was a paid gig or not. But, yeah, so Fresh Meat 911, who I said should rebrand to Fresh Sheet 911 because he does a lot of Excel stuff. See, spreadsheet. He does things in Excel that you'd be like, how do you even do that in Excel? So I'm going to get a clip now, and I'm guessing, but it's not about Excel. No, it is not about Excel. It's about playing games. But we need to get some more clips of Fresh Meat, or Freshy to his friends, doing some Excel stuff, because he does like procedurally generated maps for Dungeons and Dragons. He does recipe books. He does game design documents for game devs. I mean, his latest is a periodic table, which he's created a WebGL build of, so you can look at it in the browser. I mean, where some people say there's no start to my talents, there's actually no end to Fresh's. Not that one, it's military history related though, so also right up my alley. Ooh, nice. Can you say any more than that, or did they make you sign an NDA? Are you able to stream it so we can watch you creating it? I need to add a beaver emote just for drop game. I don't know if I have any beaver emotes. I feel like if anybody does, Scully does. I'm not sure if I personally have any. Let's have a look. B-E-A. I do. There is one under animals. I'm not sure if this is actually going to work for the drop game. Let's see. No, didn't work for the drop game. But anyway, you hopefully can see it in chat that there is a beaver there. So is there a rebrand coming, Ice Bear Bear? Is it going to be Ice Beaver Bear? Is it, or is that your alt account or something? I learned all about airdropping beavers in Berlin's stream. Yes, Berlin had a fantastic stream last night and had a beaver specialist on, which I do believe was arranged by Smikesy, if I'm not mistaken. I'm still recovering from all that. Yeah, there was a lot of beaver talk. I definitely probably would not want to have been a mod in that stream. It's Canadian armoured vehicle markings and placement per vehicle for all units during 1939 to 1953. That sounds like it's going to keep you busy for a while, Freshy. So I hope you're making bank on that. Hope it's a well-paid commission. And you know what? If it's not a well-paid commission, it's still a paid commission, and you're going to have fun doing it. So I love stuffing animals made cheese. Can we get a wellness check on Berlin? I think he might be off his meds again. I could be wrong, but yeah, if someone could just like check on him real quick, especially if your name's Lita, that would be great. Thank you. Yeah. Anyway, speaking of Berlin, do you know what one of his favourite emotes are in the whole of the Twitcher sphere? This one. He does love the rainbow vomiting duck. For some reason. I don't really know why, but he does. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There we go. Hopefully nobody's eating, and hopefully that didn't make you do that, but not with rainbows, but with the food that you have in front of you. Easy, it's because it makes you giggle. I mean, lots of things make me giggle, but you know that. Especially when you tickle me, right? Wait, what? Okay, so back to this game. I'm thinking that you might be able to make a pretty good, and I'm not going to tell Tubby Crump.
Oh no, Dr. E squashing me. Dr. E, please spare me. Don't squash my head. Nala.
The last flower disappeared behind the fish. Let's see, can we fix that possibly? Maybe. Thanks for the lurk, Freshie. That's lurk to figure out what I'm making for dinner tonight. Yeah, I have no idea right now. I did actually make some nice pasta and ground beef last night. I kind of threw it all in a pan, and Mrs. Gamey seasoned it, and it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, but I have no idea what we're doing tonight. And you know, given that I leave in about an hour to pick her up from work, I should probably decide at some point. That might be good. Might be a good idea. What was I doing? Moving the fishing game. Where is the fish? Fish. Where is the fish? Because I feel like the fish should go behind the redeems and... or just the redeems, really. Okay, so now, if we try, even though it's on cooldown, because, you know, by the power of magic, Mario, Elephant, succeed. So if I do this, possibly.
Okay, so we have flower number 1. Okay, we have flower number 2. Flower number 3, but it's the 4th one. There it is. Oh no, we're supposed to be fishing.
All right, so let's try him again. All right, let's see if we can do the fishing this time, and yeah, if I can have him appear. See, he's behind the fish as well. The fish needs to.
The fish needs to move down. Where's the fish? Here's the fish. Okay, so good. We've got the
flower back. But do we have him? Let's do the fail one this time, but let's see if he appears in front of the fishing. No, let's go back and do the succeed one. Okay, good. He does appear in front. All right, we're good.
Can't have Mr. Mario Elephant disappearing behind the fishing, can we? Fish. Oh wait.
Manta Ray, legendary. What? It's Scully. Look at Scully getting Fisherman of the Year. Don't tell Tatum. Tatum loves fishing. Real life as well. So yeah, you know the matrix signs. You know what I'm talking about. When you go down the road and it's like, don't text and drive. Buckle up. Roadworks ahead. And it has the sign made up of all the little dots. The little bulbs. I feel like that might be easy to create stream for. Easy road matrix sign. It might be something for somebody looking into one of the Saturday streams. What do you think, Ice Bear Bear? What do you think about an asset where, I'm not saying it would just be this, but that contains matrix signs like you see at the side of the road, and then all you do is you type in the text, and then it puts it up on the matrix sign in like the little bulbs like you would see, and then it has options like multiple messages so it can alternate like they do. Yeah, there might be something in that. I did actually have a sign. Here's your sign. I did have a sign asset that didn't actually make it to the store. Maybe I need to resurrect that and put matrix signs in there as well. Do you remember the old signs? You used to see them a lot at airports that were made of like blocks, and then the block rotated, and then there was a different on the other side of it, and then all the blocks would rotate at once and it showed a different sign. Well, it was a bit like that. I would 100% use that in my project. See, that's what I like about Bear. That's one of the things I like. I could say, Bear, what do you think about this asset where it's some stinky cheese? And Bear would put it in his project, but not because he thinks it's good, because he's that supportive. Okay, just putting that out there. All right. Not that I'm suggesting that Ice Bear Bear puts stinky cheese in his project. There's enough stinky things with all the zombies running around, so maybe don't do that. Yeah, okay. We've fixed the elephant. The elephant's good. I wonder if there's anything like that on the store at the moment. There is a cheesed cookie collectible already. This is true, yes. Has anybody ever seen a cookie before with cheese on it? There it is in emote form. Right there. Right stinking there on the screen. Show browser. Have you looked at the flash deals for today? Toolbox Tuesday, Bear. It's the last day for flash deals. It's a sad day indeed. I did enjoy the up to 98% off flash deals on Wednesdays. I already own Sector. Invector. I have the Invector third person with maybe 1 or 2 add-ons. I don't have the melee combat, or melee as people in the know pronounce it. Flow canvas. I'm not really big on node-based stuff, to be honest. How did you start in game dev? Ooh, I didn't know this was an interview as well. Okay, well, Oberlin, thank you for having me on your stream today. I appreciate it. I am not a woman in STEM, but I would like to answer your first question, which is about how did I start in game dev. So many moons ago, and I know some people will say, oh, no more than 21 years, surely. I was born 21 years ago, and in my younger years, my formative years, some might say, I did like to play games. The first ever computer/console I owned was called a ZX Spectrum and was created by the genius that was Sir Clive Sinclair. And I used to play games on that like Ant Attack, Pedro. There were lots of good games on that. Ghostbusters. Problem was the resolution wasn't great, so I used to enjoy... Excuse me, I'm in the middle of an interview. Hey! Igni, get down! Folks don't care if you're in the middle of an interview. Yeah, so my first computer was a rubber-keyed ZX Spectrum, and I used to enjoy playing games on that. And then as I got older and I was allowed to leave the house and touch grass, I used to visit arcades. Now, you know, the younger contingent here might even not know what an arcade is. A place, you know, they're dying out now, but there used to be places with huge cabinets in. You could go and play games. And so that... I'm going to punch you in a minute. Not really, because I don't encourage hurting animals, but I'm going to say I'm going to punch you in a minute if you don't stop. I think the mere threat was enough. Yeah, and I used to play arcade games. And the thing is about arcade games, they had like sit-down cabinets, they had hardware on, like guns and things you could pick up, and made it more immersive. And yeah, eventually, you know, I've always had a fondness for video games. I thought, wouldn't it be great? Nay, wouldn't it be fantastic if I could create my own, where, you know, I could think of a world where I'd like to be a cowboy walking around in this particular game in particular. And not only would I get to play the game, but I get to decide what the player could do. It really does open up a whole new world and it's quite a leap from people that play games to actually creating them. That threat would have definitely convinced me. See, even Harry Cat stopped barking. What can I tell you? There it is. So yeah, that's how my game deving started, and I guess really, I just kind of fired up Unity, and I thought, let me follow a couple of tutorials, let me get a course, and let me see how this goes, and it kind of snowballed from there. And here we are, not so many moons later, where I'm still working in Unity, I'm still having fun creating games, and I still love creating virtual worlds that I can run around in, or fly around in, or anything else that I decide my character should do, Brilliant. So hopefully that answers your question. Is he still asleep, or did he fall asleep? Is he still asleep? Is he still here? Oh, okay, there you are. You're welcome, Berlin. I'm, as you know, I am fully transparent, not like Casper. And I'm happy to answer any questions. And if I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know. But usually I can tell you where to go to find out if I don't know a particular thing. But you know, if that particular thing happens to be a question about me, then usually I know the answer. So we should be good. Okay. So Ice Bear, I don't know if you bought any of these today. You're not really exactly inspiring me. If I was going to buy anything, potentially it might be this room generator, $12. Yeah, I'm not hugely inspired by any of these. We have all-in-one Springs toolkit. RPG VFX bundle. Springs toolkit. It's just going to make things boingy. Yeah. No, I'm not buying that. So not that one, not that one, not that one, not the room gen, although if I was forced into buying flash deal today, it would probably be this one. Mesh Fusion Pro. H-Trace World Space GI, or Global Illumination. Any portrait, 2D character animation. Digger. I already have Digger, so I don't know why. This must be an add-on to the main Digger package. Terrain, caves, and overhangs. Okay. Microsplat is more terrain stuff. Perfect culling. Sounds wrong. Perfect culling. Occlusion culling system. $98 seems a lot of money for something that's just doing some culling. $80 still a bit overpriced for a culling solution for me, so I won't be buying that. Fluffy, I've had my eye on for a while. When I was working on Homeward Hound, I thought some of the animals could benefit from being a bit more floofy. And I was looking at this to be on sale. $18. Don't really have a current use case, so maybe not. Master Audio, $100 down to $30. Springs Toolkit we looked at. RPG VFX bundle is back down to the 60s. That's an old one. And that's it. Homeward Hound Battle Royale. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Someday, Berlin. So that's it. That's the end, pretty much, of the flash deals and the Unity sale. The summer sale ends tomorrow morning, 10 AM my time. And then hopefully there'll be a new sale. Unity does seem to have a habit of buffing those sales up next to each other. The only downside is that when you've had a sale where some assets have been up to 98% off, how do you follow that? Even with the up to 70% off, they usually follow it by half price sale, and by that time people are like, yeah, but that's only 50% off. We've been having 70s, 80s, 90s, and 98s. What are you doing with this half price nonsense? Or maybe it's just me. Nothing for me today. Bye store sale. Let's not mourn the loss of the sale, Bear. Let's celebrate the wins that we had during the sale. My hopes were that they would repeat all of the 98% offs at the end of the sale. My hopes are fading for that. I was hoping that Bear could have gone back and got the assets that he added to the basket on the first Wednesday and then forgot to check out. That is quite an expensive lesson learned. I don't really have any reassuring words for you, Bear. I imagine it's going to hurt for some time, and if there's anything at all I can do, it doesn't include me sending you my copies of those assets, and let me know. I'm very sorry, sir, for the sake of not pressing that one button. You were even on the stream when I was adding them to my basket, and I purchased on stream. You added them to your basket too, but forgot that critical last step. Oh well, in the meantime, let's console ourselves by looking up and seeing if there are any assets that currently do matrix signs. Or if in fact, there we go, it even loads. Now I don't want matrix as in the movie, no. Oh, you're just going to make me Google road sign. ASCII visual effect, what? This. Contextualization, hybrid, ASCII. Hard translated, soft translated, mixed. This is a bit different. It's not quite what I had in mind. This is more like, what do they call it? Lights Alive, that toy where you light up certain dots. Can be used to convert an image into ASCII characters or for image contextualization. This is pretty good. Track this, Berlin. Do you like this one? This is the kind of thing that I usually hear on Thug Shells. If you want to do a shout out for Thuggy Berlin, that would be fine. Light Bright, that's it. Thank you, on one line. Did you ever own, or do you in fact still own, a Light Bright? I see them quite often when I go to the Goodwill stores. I never actually owned one myself. Well, I like that. That's a pretty cool amount you got there, Bear. Okay, so Berlin either doesn't have his ears on or has already fallen asleep from my convoluted interview that we just had. I was more of an etch. Why would I even try spelling that? Etch-a-Sketch. Yeah, now you know who does amazing Etch-a-Sketch creations. Yes, Tatum44. Does Etch-a-Sketch art. Look. And on a stream soon, Tatum's going to show you how to preserve Etch-a-Sketch art. Because you know the whole thing about Etch-a-Sketch is, oh, when you finished it, just turn it over and then turn it back up and then it's all gone. You might not want it to be all gone if it's a particularly good work of art you've created. So on a stream soon, Tatum is going to show you how he does the preserving of Etch-a-Sketches, which includes stripping it down, taking it apart. It's going to be some crazy stuff. I'm looking forward to it. Magna Doodle. Oh, I'd forgotten about those. Yeah, they were the ones that came with magnets, weren't they? Like circles, and then you could like press onto the screen. Yeah, I guess a touchscreen Etch-a-Sketch, if you will. I think, did it have a pen as well with a magnet on the end that you could like draw? Yeah. Should ask Tatum when we see Tatum next if he's ever Magna Doodled. Maybe he's like, nah, Magna Doodle's for novices. I'm keeping it purely Etch-a-Sketch. If it's just Thug Shells like this, we're about to find out. If it's not, then we're going to shout out somebody random. Yes, there it is.
Did you guys have fun today? I had fun. Rocking around the Christmas tree.
That's what I do when I can't remember the lyrics. I go do 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 do.
Here comes Buggy Shells, here comes Buggy Shells. Yeah, she gonna be rapping. When you give me words in the chat, you really have me.
I'm hoping the word that she was rhyming with rapping maybe didn't have a C on the front, because that would be hilarious. But it got cut off before we found out. Anyway, a lot of the music on Belin's stream, including the theme tune when his stream starts, was from Bug Shells herself. So, yeah. She does streams like you saw there where she does the rapping, and she also does DJ streams where she does the mixing on the decks. Yeah, so I for one do actually follow Bug Shells, and often, I'm not going to lie, often I'll have her tabbed open and have the music on when I'm doing other stuff. So it's not really, especially when she's on the decks, it's not really a stream that you watch as such, and I guess a lot of DJ streams are like that. You just have them on mostly for the music. There we go. Alright, so I don't think, at least not searching for matrix sign, we're going to pull anything up, which is good, because if I release an asset which lets you do it, someone search for matrix sign, mine will be the only one that comes up. Let's see if we have any more luck searching for road sign. Yes, more specifically, electronic road sign. 96, sort by price, low to high. It would be 142. It would be a 3D sign. Would be considered a prop. Electronics. Okay, so we have the dot matrix display, and we have simple roadwork assets. So let's have a look. Simple roadwork assets, $7.20. Hasn't had an update in 5 years. Quite nice though, quite like the style. And it's from a developer called RST. RST, that just sounds wrong. Anyway, I thought I saw some matrix signs. Oh, okay, maybe that's as close as we're going to get. Is that what I saw in the first image as well? Okay. Well, let's have a look at Sketchfab. Yeah, these were the signs that I saw. Okay. Maybe not really. Not really matrix signs. They're not electronic, are they? Abadoo is in the house. How you doing, Abadoo? Thanks for the entertainment. Have a good rest of the stream. Harrier Cat, always good to see you. Thank you for swinging by. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday, and we may or may not see you on stream tomorrow when I'll be back at probably not the usual time, but I should be here at some point tomorrow. Okay, so that one doesn't relate. Now what about the oh, dot matrix display? This is the closest I've seen, and probably the only one on the store then. Dot matrix display. So it would be the same kind of thing. And that's what I was saying about maybe wouldn't have an asset with just a road sign in it. So these are other things as well. And what we could maybe do is we could also elaborate and have like, I know they're probably all digital now, but you remember in the airports, like we have for the Sleeps Till Santa. If I redeem, where did it go? If I redeem Sleeps Till Santa, you see that like flip effect? They used to have the signs that flipped. Maybe we can do something like that in Unity. Have that as well. Let's have a look through the other screenshots. Nuts can also be actual 3D objects that rotate or change material. Displays also work as UI components. I mean, it seems like this pretty much has it covered. I don't want to reinvent the wheel, but also unless I can do something that's a lot better and has a lot more included. Like those 80s alarm clocks. Yeah, ticker. Is that what those are called? Scrolling one is a ticker. Yeah, it's like on the news channels when the story scrolls across. Not sure we ever came up with a name for the ones that flip. Let's have a look at the reviews. Looks great and is super simple to use, as if it were built into the engine like TextMesh Pro. Works well in Europe if anyone is wondering. Couldn't find info on that in the description. Building a game for Oculus Quest and initially couldn't use this asset because of performance. We needed thousands of LEDs and Quest is very performance limited. I reached out to the developer with the idea of adding a lightweight render option. I offered to pay them to develop this feature. They said no to payment and proceeded to build a lightweight renderer. Space for a couple of weeks, updating me on progress the whole time. Easily the best customer support I've ever seen. Docs super detailed, well written. Really easy to use, fits any display area, you can customize dimensions, got it looking great and scroll on my text very short time, so no brand. Turgus, how you doing? Welcome on in. Always a pleasure. Turgus. Anything new with you, Turgus? Any tea to spill? Been a long time no see. I feel like you haven't streamed in a while. I know you're on your road trip, weren't you? Blah blah blah. Some great examples to kick off ideas and possibilities. I've been sick with the flu since I got back. No! Not allowed to be sick. Is he going on a road trip and contracting the flu and then being laid up when you get back? Let you feel better soon. Igni, get down. Oh, I tell you what. Yeah, you better come down. Stop it. Feeling a bit... Oh, that's a nice emote you got there, Turgus. Feeling a bit better today. I'm certainly on the mend. Okay, good. So, are you supposed to be live this Thursday? Is Balint giving something away that he shouldn't have? I don't know how cast in stone Thursday is if we're already at the end of Tuesday and you're still not feeling 100%. I do find that shout-outs sometimes are the best medicine, though. Seeing clips from people.
Coral's not here. In that case, come to me, succubus.
That is one of my favourite clips of Turgis's, not just because it makes him chuckle so much. Brilliant and I play Grounded together Thursday nights. Oh, of course you do. Yeah. Yeah. So when he was saying you're live this Thursday, he meant the stream together shenanigans. I really should have brought a drink with me to stream today. I have no coffee, no cold drink, and for 2.5 hours I have not had a drop of any coloured stuff, Berlin. That's my lips, so it is almost time for me to do a runner, as they say, and fetch Mrs. Gamey from work, and I should probably decide on what I'm going to do for dinner as well. No coffee. I have a cup here that I had a coffee in right before stream. But yeah, no. The cup does not runneth over because there's nothing in it to run over. It is in fact empty. Yes, no drop of the brown stuff, Alan. So I'm actually feeling a little parched, and so I'm going to grab a drink before I go and fetch Mrs. Gamey. So we're probably going to raid and run. Should we do that? I just ate Taco Bell. Look, and we had the perfect bong to accompany that message. I mean, that's completely unrelated, is it, to Balint's comment? Allegedly? Clock is ticking. It is, yes. You might want to start heading for the bathroom already, Fergus. Taco, not Teco. I didn't say Teco. Taco Bell, is that even a thing? Is that their technology division? If I get a job in IT with Taco Bell, does that mean I'll work with Taco Bell? It doesn't make me do that. Well, that's good. So what did you have? Did you have some quesadillas? Maybe some tacos? Possibly? Maybe a Baja Blast, Baja Freeze, whatever they're called. May never know because we're heading over to the stream ending scene. So clearly I did not update the schedule there to reflect what is happening this week. That is my usual schedule. It doesn't show a Tuesday because usually I'm not streaming on a Tuesday. Although my schedule's changing soon. Don't tell anybody, Berlin, it's a secret. Grilled steak burrito and a taco. Ooh. See, I don't like choosing when I do Taco Bell, so I just go, give me that box, and then they give you like a bunch of stuff in the box, and that just makes it easy for me. This week you are streaming every night. No, not this week. Maybe in a week or two, but no, not this week. I just moved my Monday stream to today because I had some IRL stuff, and I have some IRL stuff also tomorrow morning at around, I want to say 10:30. So it might be another 11:30 noonish start tomorrow. So just a heads up. So yeah. No, thank you, Belint. Thank you to the mods for keeping me safe, as always. We are going to raid out now, and I have no idea who we're going to raid out to. So let me check my other window here. And I never did go in and change the title for today's stream, so it is going to say Tunesday or something, but I will update it before tomorrow. So for a couple of weeks it does show the game jam game stuff. Alrighty, let's see who we have on today. Is the sleeping stream still happening? Well, that's usually what people do when they're watching my stream. Ask Ice Bear. That's what Ice Bear does. I will be asleep, but here in spirit. Okay, alright, there we go. Let's see, who do we have on? Go raid into. Oh, I do see Shark Geek is on already. I see Steve, who was in here earlier, is on. So let's see what Steve's doing. It says just chatting. Because I don't think it was that long since we raided Shark Geek last. Alright, I don't think we've ever actually raided Steve, So let's raid on over to Steve, see what he's up to today. His title says OBS and Beyond, so if you're a streamer, you might get to find out some new fun stuff that you can do for your own stream. Did that do anything, Bear? I'm not sure. I was just in the zone trying to find somebody to raid, or if that did actually do any sound stuff. So there is Steve's very own, who we're about to raid to. There are your raid messages, which automatically pretend it didn't happen. Oh, okay. Raid messages that automatically get posted there. Does a 24-hour stream start later this evening? I mean, if you feel up to it, Turgus, we don't want to pressure you. You know, if you feel able to last for 24 hours, which, you know, I've heard good things about Turgus, he might be able to, then, yeah, let us know. I've got my alerts, my notifications enabled, so if you decide to stream for 24 hours, then I will absolutely be there. Oh, he can last longer. Oh, okay, so it wasn't just a rumour. Okay, I'm so confused. This stream schedule is a lie. I mean, I don't think anything in the schedule there says 24 hours. It says a start time. It does not have an end time because, you know, that changes. I mean, some people put an end time on their stream, but do they ever end at that time? No. So arguably, that is a lie. Okay. But no more lies, just the truths. The truth is we're going to have a fun time at Steve's very own. Stick around for the extra channel points, and I'll see you back here sometime tomorrow, hopefully, when I'm able to finish the IRL stuff and be back. So I'll see you then, hopefully.